Artillery gang! What's cracking? It's a beautiful Sunday. I haven't done this much arm wrestling in a long time. I had a nice practice. I got like some chalk on me. I had a nice little sparring session with the homie Jesse and Brugger, my day ones. Always a great time. A lot of strap pulling, figuring out some new things, what I want to do differently. Talking a lot to Jesse about my loss with Martin and what I could have done differently. I'm fucking heartbroken. The more and more that I think about it, and the more and more it sets in, the more and more it just fucking kills me. I should have destroyed that dude. Shout out to Martin for being strong. What it comes down to is all technique, man. This is all a game of technique. Being strong definitely plays a huge factor in it. But when you set yourself up to lose and you put yourself in a position to lose, it's a lot easier to lose. So I need to find a way to put myself in a winning position every time, to where if I lose, then that person's just stronger than me in my strongest position every time. And that's just repetitive arm wrestling, man. Muscle memory, doing it over and over and over and over again, which is super important. Something I found interesting was Ed's practice over at the gym, my practice the Saturday prior. We've probably had a combined like almost 15 people that have never been on a table before arm wrestle for the first time and looked ecstatic about it. So please, if you know somebody that's strong and looks like maybe they don't have anything that they're getting into, like a sport or anything like that, invite them this Saturday. Please, this is the space that we want them to learn in. Tons of people to gain knowledge from, take different parts from, different levels. So if you know anybody strong, anybody that seems interested, a girl, guy, 16-year-old, grandma, whatever it is, please invite them on Saturday. Bring them with. Or give them my information, give them our Facebook, and we'll reach out to them, okay? We'll go right into the matches, talk a little bit about what to expect for that day. The first match that I'm most excited for is definitely Dino versus Will. I've been training a lot with Will for the last 2 months. I wouldn't say a lot, but I've seen his face a lot more often, which makes me very happy. A lot of these new guys, man, you gotta light a fire into that ass. So, was able to get him a match. Ed's brother, obviously, another strong human. As far as predictions go, we're going to go ahead and give Dino the upper advantage or the upper hand on this one and say that he has definitely ramped up his training before William. He's got a little bit more of an advantage in the IQ sense, I guess you could say, having Ed, who is making connections very quickly, right there as his brother, which definitely makes a big difference. You would definitely think so. I would at least think so. Maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that only plays a small factor. But nonetheless, I would still think that that gives him quite a bit of an advantage being able to train with the #1 amateur in Arizona right now. I am rooting for William. No diss to Dino. I think Dino's the man. But I have been trying to do my best to build Will up. So I would be definitely rooting for Will. I'm interested to see how it goes. We'll see if Dino's top roll is too much for Will. I don't think I would expect this match to go into a hook. If it does, we'll see. I don't know who would have the advantage there. I don't arm wrestle with Dino enough. Straps, I think, would favor Dino. He's the bigger human. What I really want to see out of this match is aggression from Will. I want to see him get fired up, mad, and put that on the table. Move the table. Move Dino. Get aggressive. Make the right move. Don't hurt yourself. Don't put yourself in a bad position. But when it's time for go time, when it's time to compete, you know, that's where your strength is, brother. Shout out to those guys. Looking forward to it. Next match we'll talk about is a cool one in the 165 division. Pretty big on rankings here. This is going to be a rankings match. Beast from May 21st, Ben, that you saw from taking on Jake. Well, whoever that winner was already had someone waiting for them from the guy out of Tucson, Bret. This guy took second at 165 pros in Arizona State last month. So the dude probably has the advantage as far as horsepower goes on Ben. Definitely think it's going to be a good match. I haven't gripped up with this dude whatsoever. Do not know what he feels like, but he does look like an inside puller, where that is not where Ben goes. Ben is a top roller. Has a strong elbow. Ben has a strong elbow, but definitely considers the hand in the pronation his strength. So, interested to see this match. I won't say it's a call out, but it did look like this was destined to come Now, Ben on May 21st had a match, and after practice and during the match ripped some of the skin off his elbows. I wasn't sure if they were going to be healed all the way time. I need to reach out to him today, but as far as I'm concerned, he hasn't told me that he's bailing, so that match is still a go. If it is not a go, for any reason, and the runner-up waiting for the winner of this match will also be Mr. Juanito. Juan Alvarez, a great puller. Everyone knows him in Arizona. Very versatile, super strong. Been pulling for just under 2 years, just like myself. Once again, one of my day ones. Used to be going back to Dustin's house. He's since been with Westside for quite some time. Ben and Juan are right there next to each other, neck and neck, to be next up for Joseph, although Joseph is very much in the lead. But this Bret guy throws an interesting wrench in the plans because a lot of us don't know what he feels like as far as all these 165ers go. So I believe Ben will be in the house June 4th. I believe Jake will be in the house June 4th. I believe Bret will be in the house June 4th. Juanito in the house. I'm not sure if he's going to compete in Rage in the Cage or if he's going to be going to the Mexican Nationals with Miguel. But if all four of them can get in the house, then we can definitely get some clarification for the 165 division to find out what it looks like there. Bustamante versus Colin. Okay, so Matt Bustamante versus Colin Hart. This is probably going to be the main event because they're the biggest dudes. My opinion, advantage will go to Colin, but that's because he's my more accessible arm and training partner. Really only felt Matt once. It was at an after pull and he was already kind of burnt. Other than that, I don't have too much knowledge as far as on the guy. I know he likes to top roll real high up top, try to go for the fingers and the wrist up top. Usually gets him in trouble as far as slipping goes, puts him in the straps, not where it looks like he wants to be. Maybe he's worked on that thus far. It sounds like he maybe has. But nonetheless, I think that this is going to be a top roll match. I think that the side pressure game would go to Colin, which I think is probably going to make up the difference in this match. I think that's what's going to win him the match. I think his hand will be dominant. I think he's going to drive sideways and he's going to get a flash pin round one, or maybe Matt slips, they go into the straps, and then it's inevitable. Could be wrong. Hope I'm wrong. Matt is talking about being very strong, looking for a couple new opponents here in the Valley. Now that we're getting this all going, Matt was the very first one to reach out to me in Tucson, from Tucson guys, and say, hey, I'm wanting to get involved in this, want to come down for a practice with you guys, get one of these matches, who do you got for me? So shout out to Matt. Thanks a lot for getting all you guys involved down in Gorilla Arms in Tucson. I'm looking forward to having you guys down here, I really am. And this is to say, anybody here in the Phoenix area, if you don't get the chance to grip up with a lot of these Tucson guys, now June 4th is going to be your opportunity, okay? I've got Matt Bustamante in the house. I've got his buddy Bret coming. Victor was supposed to come. I don't believe he's going to come. I know Leo's going to come. Leo was trying to bring Tony B. I'm going to reach out to Greg, see if he has some spare time and he wants to come down. So if you don't get a chance to pull with these Tucson guys very often, which I know a lot of you guys don't, make sure not to miss this practice on June 4th at my house. 5 p.m. it's going to start the matches, and then once again following 6 p.m. we'll get all the practice going, put the tables out, and we'll get it going. Obviously, we'll be live streamed here on Armtillery. It will be live streamed over on Legendary Balkan's channel. It will also have some cool action shots. I'm going to record a little bit more of the after pulls and things like that with the camera. I didn't do that last time. I had way too much on my mind. This time I've been able to kind of simplify it down and know what I need to focus on to make this for everybody. So I'm looking really forward to the matches. Something I did want to say and talk about is, you know, going forward after maybe July, you know, I will do my, like I've said, I will do my best to get everybody matches. But realistically, what I just wanted to do was get the ball rolling as far as a promoter goes. And I want the rest of the rankings to kind of lay themselves out and make sense by you guys calling each other out, saying, hey, I want this guy next. I just lost or beat this guy, so this is what I'm looking for next. Think of it in like a UFC sense, you know, they're always looking for the next thing. Who's the call out? What's the next best thing, you know? That's how we're going to push ourselves. That's how we're going to get these things going. We all know the rankings are very up and down depending on what day it is, what month it is, who's what, you know? Let's put it on ourselves and don't put it so much on me. The reason I say that is June 18th I'm having another one. I don't have a single match for that day. I don't have anybody that said they want to compete on that day. It seems like nobody wants to arm wrestle because July 2nd, the one following, I have a full card already. Okay, we're not going to get into those. But nonetheless, I am looking for matches on June 18th. If someone wants to get together and put a match on, I don't even care if it's left-handed. Since I don't have a match with anybody, for anybody, nobody's reached out to me, let's make something happen. Let me know, hit me up if you're interested in getting a match. Arizona is moving, arm wrestling is always going, and it's only getting bigger and better, baby. So let's get it. Python John, out. Also, tomorrow, Monday, 12 p.m., me and Ed are going live. We're going to talk about June 4th. We're going to talk a little bit about Rage in the Cage, most likely. Talk a little bit about the matches going forward, his matches with Alex and Jesse, all that. But I know you guys love hearing me and Ed talk, chop it up. So stay tuned. This one is going to be on my channel this time. So please, tomorrow, tune in live, 12 p.m., me and Legendary Vulcan.